Oh my gosh, I have a story for you guys. This has a lot of tea, so please gather your tea, your popcorn, because this story is gonna be a juicy one. When I told like my coworkers and stuff, they're like, Abby, did that really happen to you? Yes, it did. Shout out to Marianne and Sophia for kind of like igniting this video, because they sent me the Snapchat and she was saying like, your last video was a teaser. Yes guys, I know. I'm sorry, I just tried to do something creative, but everybody likes the long vlogs and the long videos, so let me know in the comments down below if you like the creative videos or if you just like my vlogs. Honestly, I love them both, so let me know. The vlog is gonna come after this video, but I feel like I need to tell the story to you guys. So, hey my beautiful YouTube family, Abby here, and I want to tell you that you, my friend, are a child of God. Hey guys, what's up? It's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. So I've missed you and I'm here and I'm sitting down, you know, right after church. It was amazing and I have a freaking story for you guys. So this video is gonna be my New York Fashion Week Airbnb horror story. I almost forgot to say roll the intro clip, fade to black. So, as you guys saw in my last vlog-ish video, I told you guys about Frontier. Our flight got canceled because of the weather. So, if you only knew what was gonna go down, let me start in the beginning. So, grab your coffee, grab your tea. It's gonna be a long story. We're there, like it's our first day. We get to New York, finally. Yeah, our flight was canceled and then it was delayed. Went back on time, and then it was almost canceled again. And then it got delayed till 10. So I was contacting my Airbnb and I'm like, hey, so-and-so, we're gonna be late because airport, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, cool. In New York, we went to this place called East Harlem. And I know Abby should have thought better about this. Everybody that told me now, they're like, you were in the hood. Don't trust me to book your Airbnb. Basically what happened, we get there. Basically we took our flight to New Jersey instead of New York because the New York flight got canceled. Basically what happened is that we get to New Jersey and then we have to take the train. So we get there around 12. We take the train all the way to Times Square, and then from Times Square, Manhattan, to take an Uber to East Harlem. As you guys can tell, it's already like a lot of things. So we get there at 12, we 1, so by 2, 3 in the morning, we're in East Harlem. Uber drops us off not in front of our place, but instructions were, okay guys, so basically what you do is that our Airbnb gave us a lock code. And he's like, okay, go in this corner. Yes, this sounds super sketchy. I know. We walk all across the street, maybe like one street down, and kid you not guys, it's 32 degrees. So we are walking, 3 girls at like 3 in the morning, 3 young girls, me with my huge pink bag. It was a thing, photos anywhere. So we finally get to the lock and we're looking for the lock and they're sending this YouTube video and I'm trying to put the lock in for like a good 5 minutes and it's not working. So then I realized, me being smart, Abby checked the WhatsApp chat. So I checked the chat, I put in that lock, it opened, and we're like, thank God, finally. We're gonna get our keys, we're gonna get inside, we're gonna go to sleep, it's gonna be great. But no, there was no key. No key. There was no key inside of the lock. And it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I look terrible in front of like the 2 girls that are there, and I'm just like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? It's 32 degrees, we're freezing, we don't have gloves, like we have our jackets, but it's not warm enough. Freaking out in the street, like 3 girls in the middle of the street at 3 o'clock in the morning. So you know what I do? I get my phone, I call the Airbnb guy, and I'm like, hey, you know, the Airbnb, like there's no lock. Texting him, calling him, obviously he's not gonna answer. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Who answers at 3 o'clock in the morning? I sure don't answer at 3 o'clock in the morning, but it was an emergency, so we were blowing up his phone, texting, calling the other host, texting, calling, WhatsApp, like every messaging Airbnb, like maybe like 10-15 minutes and like nothing. So we're freaking out. At this point, we are like, what the heck? Like, at least if you book a hotel, you're able to go inside and check in your room. But for the Airbnb, you need to check in with someone, and then you're not able to get in. Like, at least like in other Airbnbs, you can knock, but like there was nothing to knock in because it was like a key that you get in. Yeah. I was like in the presence of God at church, and now I'm like heated. Walking across East Harlem at 3 in the morning. Kid you not, like, let me give you guys some backstory. So we went through, it was a full day of work. Our plane gets delayed till 10 p.m. So we get to the airport at 5. So we're there for like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're there for 6 hours, just waiting for the plane, you know, chilling. I knock out on the plane, we get there, and then all this stuff happens. It's a little intense, guys. Moving along in the story. So where did you sleep, you may ask? I'm gonna get there. So take the bite of that chocolate for me, because popcorn, because the story's getting good. So I laugh about it now because it's pretty funny. So, but in that moment, we were in survive or flight mode, and I just had to be the mom, and I'm like, okay guys, let's go, you know, let's find like a place of warmth to get it together. So basically this is what we do. We go into this place. It's literally checks and balances, because apparently nobody in New York sleeps, and it was 4 o'clock in the morning and it felt like 6 p.m. So we were like, cool. So we get into this checks and balances. The 2 girls' phones are about to die. They're at like 2%, the other one's at 1%, and thank God I'm 11% because of the iPhone 11. They're using my phone, and I had a portable charger, so always bring a portable charger everywhere you go. You don't know if you're gonna get into this situation. Calling every hotel, and of course it is New York Fashion Week, so there is no hotel available. We called through Expedia, we called through Budget, we called any hotel, we called through Groupon, we called like any hotel. At that point I was like, I don't care the price, I don't care if like I put it on my credit card or my money is, I just need a place to sleep. At that point we just needed a place to sleep. And like, I want you guys to picture this. We were in a checks and balance place, like in East Harlem, in the hood, like an Asian girl, like a blonde Cuban, and then like a brown haired like Dominican. So we were just there. It's so funny now that I think about it. Finally, we book a hotel through Expedia. It's like 4:30 in the morning, and guess where this hotel is? It's all the way back in Manhattan, like this hotel called Chelsea Savoy, basically where we started. So we had to take an Uber back to where we started, and we get to the hotel. At that point we're like, okay guys, the trip's gonna be amazing, because at the beginning of the trip, I always do this whenever I go on trips. If anyone travels with me, they know, like a promise with them, and I'm like, guys, no matter what happens on the trip, you know, let's enjoy it, you know, no, whatever, if there's a drama, like forget it, like let's just enjoy it. We're in the Uber going back, and we're just laughing about it. We're like, oh, it's gonna be fine, it's like 4 in the morning, it's fine, you know, whatever. We're all delusional, like, ah. So we finally get to the hotel, and then the hotel is like, you booked it wrong. They were like, you were supposed to book for today, not yesterday, because you're only gonna get like 3 hours or 5 hours to sleep here, and then you have to check out, because they're super strict that you have to check out at 11. And we're like, it's like 5 in the morning. And it was just like this hotel, and then we have to call Expedia, cancel the thing, book for the right time. And then at that point, I was just over it, and I said this thing, and like we were joking about it the whole trip after. I was basically like, I just want a bed. But I wasn't crying, like I promise you guys I wasn't crying. And then Liz, one of the girls, she was like, Abby, relax. And then at that moment I was like, did this girl tell me to relax? Like, no, like we were stranded in the street, we're not gonna sleep, people's phones were gonna die, all the hotels were booked, like there was just like all this stuff that went down. And we were like, at that point I was like, I just want a shower and a bed, like all that I want. We fixed it with Expedia, and then the guys at the hotel were going off about, they were like, oh, like I don't know why they always do this, blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's like 5 in the morning, like we're so tired. So they thank God, like the hotel, they extended our stay to like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they extended it, so we had like 7 hours to get out of the hotel. That happened. We get to the room. Oh, not only that, but we were walking through the hotel, and I mean, I've never watched American Horror Story, but like the girls were telling me, they were like, Abby, this hotel literally looks like American Horror Story. It looked like a scary hotel, and I'm just like, Lord, you know, cover me with the blood of Jesus, cover this bed with the blood of Jesus. Like, we just need a place to sleep at this point, like YOLO. Went to sleep, showered. That's where the clip came in, like, guys, it's 4 in the morning. Guys, we have a story for you. Basically, it's 4 in the morning right now, and we have a hotel, but a lot went down, so stay tuned for that story time. I didn't really vlog because you don't vlog in those moments. It's kind of like real life. So then the next day we were like, oh, Joy and Dandy. So we kind of had a meeting in the morning and we're like, okay, this hotel is mad expensive. We're not going to stay in this hotel for, you know, all these days. So we were on the hunt to look for a good hotel. So we ended up finding this hotel called The Pod at 51. So we found this hotel. It was in Midtown Manhattan. It was really nice. You know, like when you book for hotels, you basically, you know, when you say you're like, oh, when there's 3 people, there's actually 2 people, so then you get 2 beds. I don't know, there's like this thing. So we booked at The Pod, and then they gave us the room, and guys, this room was tiny. It was like 2 bunk beds, like no bathroom inside of that. Like the sink was like this, so close to the beds, and we were like, oh my god, how are we like, these girls are skinny, so I'm like, okay, they can sleep in one bed and I can sleep in one, but I was like, all of this is not gonna fit in all in the no, it's not gonna happen. We went downstairs and we were just like, okay, we're gonna pay, you know, for the upgrade, you know, whatever. So we go downstairs. Basically, Liz is trying to ask them for the upgrade. So while she's asking them to like book us for like three rooms in the hotel, I get a call from Airbnb. I guess I missed this part, but in the morning, Daniela, she called Airbnb and she was like, we were always sleeping on the streets, like all this stuff, da, 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 da. And I mean, it's true, but like you gotta be like, you gotta up your ante for all that stuff. So then Airbnb calls me. They're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like this and this, are you okay? And I'm like, honestly, no, because first of all, we didn't get to stay in the Airbnb checked in, and then second of all, we were gonna sleep on the streets. So no, we're in okay, but thank god we found a hotel, and thank god we actually had money saved up to get a hotel, you know. So as that was going on, we were just talking, and then he was like, oh, how can we like recompense you? So basically what he did is that he offered to refund us first night of the hotel. So he refunded us our whole stay at the Airbnb, because we were not staying in that Airbnb again, because I was just not down to, you know, stay in the Airbnb, because if that happened one night, like I'm not down. And plus it was just far from everything for Fashion Week, so we were just like, let's stay in the Midtown area. This hotel's really nice. Like first Airbnb was gonna offer us, you know, to pay for like another stay with one of their Airbnbs around the area, and we were just like, I'm good, like we're good with this hotel. Like we already paid, we already like, so that was our first thing. But then second, so what they did is that they refunded us for the whole Airbnb stay, thank god. Then something that they told us that they're gonna do is that they were gonna pay $150 towards the first hotel, because our first hotel was $158 for one night. Like that's like mad expensive in New York, and like the room was small, and you know, it's just not a vibe. And then when I get off the phone, I was like, oh my god, girls, like guess what, like Airbnb's gonna like refund us for that and pay for our first hotel and da 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 da. So all we have to do is pay for this hotel that we're staying at. Yeah, so then after that, like shout out to Airbnb, because you know, like yes, it was like horror, like it was like a horror story, because we were gonna sleep in the streets, but you know, they really recompensed us, and they really refunded us, and they took care of us at the end of the day. So, you know, would I book with Airbnb? Yes, I would again, but would I do it in New York, East Harlem? Probably not. I would probably look at more reviews, and I'd probably like stay in Airbnb in like LA or, you know, things like that. But for now, I'm just gonna stick to a hotel and call it a day. We got along to the story. This is like the best part. So if you guys saw in the vlog, you probably know what happened, but this is what happened. We went to the Pod, and the guy was so nice. He like, honestly, we went through a lot, can you help us out? So he gave us percentages off on the upgrade, and he only charged us maybe like half of what we needed to pay for the upgrade. When we get to the room, we're like, please Lord, you know, we don't want any more drama, we don't want any more like things that are like tea. Like we already went through so much the first night that at that point we were just checked out. So when we get to the room, we open the door, and there's one bed here, one like big, like maybe like a queen size bed, and there was one twin bed over here. Dude, that room was massive. It was so big, and there was a bathroom on the inside. It didn't look like a hostel. It was so nice, and the shower was cool and things like that. So shout out to the pod. And not only that, guys, so then when we walk in, we see a door, and we're like, why is there a door here? But then our room was in the corner, so I had a feeling that we might have had like a view or a balcony or something. So when we opened the door, like that clip.
Bro, God, girl, so me twist legs. Come on, holy shit, come on. Weird daughters, you know. Interesting.
The best view, guys. This is amazing. Oh my gosh, so worth our upgrade, honestly. I'm so shocked. Like, God, you got me. I'm so okay, guys. Day one of New York. Let's get it.
Now for real.
Welcome
to New York.
Welcome to New York. To New York. To New York. A balcony with the best view of New York. It was so pretty. It was gorgeous. It was just the whole city, a whole balcony for ourselves. We can literally put our phones, put our cameras, take pictures, and you know, live our best life. And honestly, at the end of the day, like everything turned out great. I ended up staying in the twin bed, and then the girls stayed in the queen bed, and the rest of the trip was awesome. New York Fashion Week was great. I vlogged it. You guys will see all of that. So that is basically my New York Fashion Week Airbnb horror story. You guys like story times, and you guys like me talking about this, let me know. Honestly, at the end of the day, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and she was telling me when I was telling her this story, she goes, honestly, Abby, like you need to record a video about this, because I feel like YouTubers like to get into bad situations because it's content. So shout out to all of this, because you know, we live and we learn, you know, we grow, we learn from these things. We know not to book in East Harlem. That is basically the tea. Honestly, I had a really great experience, and even though it was just chaotic and like everything was going to us like left and right, punching us side to side, the trip ended up being great. We ended up winning souls. We ended up praying for people. New York Fashion Week was amazing. We ended up seeing, you know, these beautiful, beautiful fashion designers and artists, and taking cool pictures and going around New York with Liz and Danny. That is basically my story time and the video here, and I hope you guys liked it, because it was a lot. There was a lot that went on. So guys, that is all that I have for you guys today. If you guys like this story time, give it a big thumbs up, like and subscribe to my channel, follow me on social media, will be linked down below, and shout out to Mary Ann and shout out to Sophia for really like wanting this story, because they were like, that video is so short. And I DM'd her, I was like, what's your friend's name? And she's like, Sophia. I'm like, I'm gonna shout her out. So shout out to you guys. And yeah, so that's the tea. Comment down below, you know, your favorite city that you want to visit, or comment down below a nice comment, and maybe I'll do shout outs if you guys want that. I love you guys so much, and thank you guys for listening to my story time. It was a lot of fun to record it, so let me know the videos you guys want, and I will see you guys soon with another video. So I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys, God bless you.